And I guess I've been dreaming, 'cause now that I'm woke, everything that I see ain't what it seems, man. I guess I've been dreaming, 'cause now that I'm here, what I feel motivates me with reason. I guess I've been dreaming, 'cause now that I'm woke, everything that I see ain't what it seems, man. I guess I've been dreaming, 'cause now that I'm here, what I feel motivates me with reason. I guess I've been dreaming.
Oh. Oh yeah. We in there. Peace and love. Peace and love to the guys and goddesses and all the high vibrating species on the planet. What it is or what it do, man. How we living out here. Welcome back to the channels. Welcome back to the channels. Welcome back to class. Academy salute. Welcome back. If you're new, welcome to Academy 7, where we do SCPs and anything paranormals. Sometimes we'll even go down the Weather Channel and see what nature got to say, you know what I mean? But for the most part, so far here, we've been running the SCP series. Ain't no telling when we're going to get done with it. If you're new to it, just put up the chat, catch up, because there's so much to it. I'm new to it, and I'm getting familiar with it. And some of the academates have been helping me get through it by putting me on certain games, putting me in certain files, putting me in certain departments, and we've been checking them out together, and I salute thee for that. And they've been putting in a lot of requests. And speaking of requests, we have another one today. We got 6511. Oblivion Access. Damn you. So this one's going to get pretty serious. That's what it sounded like. Oblivion Access. That's what it sounded like. It may get a little serious. K-class scenario. Pretty serious. Okay? So I hope everybody good out there, because I am, you know what I'm saying? I am chilling. I'm cooling. I will be going to the dentist tomorrow, though, to get a wisdom tooth taken out. So if I don't, hopefully I'll be able to still work my magic, you know what I'm saying, and get with y'all and still do the damn thing and not even have to worry about it, you feel me? But that's just a heads up. I'm still cooling. I'm still high vibing. I'm still not worried about it. I just got to get it out of the way. It's been bothering my sleep. Haven't really been able to get to the Astros, you know what I'm saying, and stay as long as I wanted to, because I'm waking up in the middle of the night. But anyways, I hope everybody else is good. You know what I'm saying? For the most part, I am. I hope you have what you need, because for the most part, I do. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. No pressure. No pressure. But if you don't mind, it'll be much obliged. And academates, let's get to what it is, that we do. You know what I'm talking about? And tell everybody else that's new to the class, pull up a seat and we get it bustin'.
Clearance required. T11 eyes only. Emergency access. The following file is banned from all access at any clearance level and quarantined from the SCP database. Access to this page is to only be attempted by the Department of 1 in the event of Contingency 1 being called into effect. If you are not a member of the Department of 1, stop reading immediately and close this page now.
Hold on, we just gonna run it back, because I couldn't hear from the get-go, so let's just run that back. I'm sorry, class. I'm sorry. I couldn't hear. My headphones just cut off. Let me just cut off.
Clearance required. T11 eyes only. Emergency access. The following file is banned from all access at any clearance level and quarantined from the SCP database. Access to this page is to only be attempted by the Department of 1 in the event of Contingency 1 being called into effect.
Are we D1?
If you are not a member of the Department of 1, stop reading immediately and close this page now. By opening the
Don't
file
need
below,
D-class.
you will immediately
Definitely don't
activate
want them.
Contingency 1 and understand the ramifications of such a process. This process cannot be reversed for any reason. By nature of your position, you have been granted access to trigger Contingency 1 without the need for Overseer Council oversight. It is trusted that you are aware of the circumstances requiring a Contingency 1 activation, and will not access this page early, or without proximate and urgent need. If you wish to proceed with this action, a button only visible to you will permanently unlock the contents of this file.
Dr. Miller, what the hell you about to do?
Item number SCP-6511. Object Class Thalmiel.
Well, let's get it, y'all.
Special Containment Procedures. You are to read this document and follow the instructions within. Description: SCP-6511 is a series of emergency protocols causing the intentional and near complete removal of the SCP Foundation and its constituent components from reality. SCP-6511 is this page and all instructions and information within it, which acts as the outward manifestation of these protocols. Do not stop listening. The mechanism allowing for the existence of SCP-6511 are inherently encoded into all people, objects, and concepts adjacent to the Foundation. The utilization of SCP-6511 is dependent on the activation of Contingency 1, a mechanism exclusively keyed to the Foundation Department of 1. Please note that SCP-6511 is only to be used in a scenario where the Foundation's continued existence is a threat to itself and to established reality. The Department of 1 was created as part of initial formulation of SCP-6511. It is unique in that it consists of a single individual which acts as its entire staff at any and all points in time. The death of a Department of 1 is immediately followed by the appointment of a replacement, and only one can exist at a time. The current Department of 1 is to be isolated from the vast majority of Foundation operations, and not to be given additional duties beyond those granted by their department membership. The preservation of the Department of 1 is to be ensured at all costs. If you are listening to this version of the document, you possess Department of 1 clearance. In a scenario where SCP-6511 protocols must be executed, it is currently your responsibility to activate the mechanism, neutralize the threat, and restore the SCP Foundation. By the nature of the consequences of activating SCP-6511, it is unknown how much of this or any other information you will retain following the activation. Potential threats that may require the activation of SCP-6511 are, by the nature of this protocol, almost entirely unknown and not understood. There is very little information available to prepare the Department of 1 for their duty, apart from that which resides in this document. The success of the Department of 1 in restoring the Foundation is dependent almost entirely on factors outside of the Foundation's control. For these reasons, SCP-6511 should only be activated in cases where any other option would result in the destruction of the SCP Foundation, or worse. The origins and creators of SCP-6511 are currently unknown. Similarly, the record of Contingency 1 activations is also unknown, although inconsistencies in historical records of the Foundation suggest possible reference points. By virtue of your position, you are also believed to have knowledge of the SCP-6511 activation record that is not available to any other member of the Foundation. However, this suspicion has never been confirmed by you or any of your predecessors. If you have reached this section of the file, Contingency 1 has already been activated. Continue listening for further instructions. Do not stop listening under any circumstances. The Department of 1, which is yourself, is a division of the Foundation that exists entirely outside of its sectional hierarchy. It is imperative that you understand the full responsibilities of the Department of 1 before you are forced to begin them shortly.
You are not safe here. The SCP Foundation has, for nearly the entirety of its existence, enjoyed the position of reigning warden over the anomalous world, if not the world at large itself. It wields nearly unlimited political, financial, and physical power to the point that opposition to our goals is easily understood, confronted, or managed through the employment of the resources at our disposal. We have weathered many storms and come out relatively intact. We are tempted to view ourselves as the apex predators of the anomalous world. However, the greatest misconception of the average Foundation employee is that this does not mean we are invincible. Imagine a being with the traits of a perfect predator, a being that can match its prey's every move, parrying all attacks and breaking every defense, knowing exactly where it is at all times. These beings are the ultimate liability for the Foundation, a sufficiently powerful organization, entity, or other unknown force with the ability to relentlessly, completely and instantly fix upon targets without needing even its knowledge is the only unbeatable threat to the Foundation. It will run, it will follow, it will shake off and adapt to our every attempted attack. But we are paralyzed, so resiliently stable, so swelled with our own power that nothing can stop the inevitable point where it finds our neon sign and pounces. When an entity is rendered prey, it essentially has two options: fight or flight, direct confrontation to neutralize the threat, or simply evading it until it is eventually shaken or lured away. But the perfect predator is unfazed by either. It will keep stalking you, never running out of energy or resources no matter how far you go. And, when you least expect it, it will destroy you in an instant, leaving no trace. No time for you even to scream. Evolution will create such beings, ideal survivors, feeders, lurking in every corner of the anomalous world. Perfect defense is nothing to the perfect predator. In the face of such an entity, the only creatures that have a chance to survive are something entirely new. A perfect hider, something with the ability not just to run, but to disappear. The ultimate form of playing dead, to die for so long that the hunter that has marked you will grow bored of the chase, wither away, or even die. It is a waiting game, and for the entirety of that game, you must never, ever be found. If the Foundation is made the quarry of this hypothetical being, it must hide. These entities are real, and Department of One protocols are engaged when the SCP Foundation is targeted by such a predator.
The origin of this text is unknown. The activation of Contingency 1 and the opening of this file implies that such a threat to the Foundation has been identified. Not only this, but this threat is here, present, and further existence of the Foundation in its current form is no longer possible. If this file has been opened, the entity that has caused the activation of this iteration of the Department of One has already detected the Foundation. It is impossible to say how close it is to seeing you. The protocols that you are responsible for are the process by which the SCP Foundation, its history, and record of existence, and its knowledge as a concept are changed into a vastly different form that allows for it to remain undetected and absent from the world for an indefinite extended period of time. They are strictly only to be employed when all other options of dealing with an existential threat to the Foundation have been exhausted, and it is decided that the destruction of the Foundation is preferable to the alternative. The Department of One is the failsafe that is attached to this act of self-destruction. Its duty is to reverse the restructured reality and return the Foundation to normal existence when the time is right. The department is the sentinel, the torchbearer, that watches the threat for as long as it can, that holds the key that resurrects the Foundation from its long and deep sleep. They are the sole remaining employee of the Foundation during these periods, the key to unlock the shallow coffin. You are the designated survivor of the SCP Foundation. As of your listening to this text, the SCP Foundation has been dissolved, effective immediately. Unlocking this secure page and connecting it to the main SCP database has released a rapid-affecting computer virus that is designed to circumvent all RAISA firewalls and lock the entirety of the Foundation's operating servers. Reality must be prepared for the change, and the lights are going out, one by one. You are currently the only remaining employee of the Foundation. You will receive no further contact or communication from any other member from the Foundation, including the Overseer Council, as it no longer exists. Your sole directive is to ensure the survival of the Foundation by any means necessary. If you have reached this section of the file, the current operational state of the Foundation has been saved and encoded in a secure location. Continue listening for further instructions. These are the instructions for the end of the world. You are to watch as the Foundation crumbles and turns into ash before your eyes. You are to feel the world shrink around you, collecting every last trace of that which must not be seen and hiding it away until the only remains are empty space. You will feel the taste of every fragment as it breaks away from the whole. You are to stand in the midst of the space. You are to ignore the dark creeping in at the edges of your eyes. You are to wait until it reaches you, and the borders of unreality nip at your skin. You will know that all is finally locked away. You are to close your eyes so that you can remember the shape and texture of the SCP Foundation in your hands. You are to burn the image of its disintegration into your brain so that when you find yourself forgetful on the other side of the door, you will still see us in your dreams. You are to be responsible for the end of the SCP Foundation. You are to attempt to not cry out as the rapidly cascading reality finally shatters onto your body. You will fail. Remember what you say. You are to awaken in a world that has never seen the Foundation in a life that you have always lived. You are to try and remember. You are to be followed by an enemy which takes a form that is unknowable. You are to be hunted to the death. You are to try and remember. You are to avoid death or destruction. You are to survive as long as is necessary until you understand how the threat is to be neutralized. You are to try and remember. You will wait. You are the prisoner of time. You will watch just as it watches you. You will find a way to revert the changes in reality only when it is safe to do so. You must determine when safety is guaranteed. You are to bring back the SCP Foundation from a world where it does not and has never existed. We cannot tell you how this is done. We do not know. We have never known. You are to become one. If you have reached this section of the file, the Foundation's physical and informational structure has now been crippled beyond regular function. To conclude the CK-class reality restructure, continue listening and follow the instructions. You are to read your eulogy. There is a dead tree just outside your window, where the last traces of the Foundation lie. You stand in the remnants of its shattered form. You breathe in its ashes every time you inhale. Walk to it. You are responsible for the continued survival of the SCP Foundation and the consensus reality that is tied to it. You have always been responsible since the day you were selected and told you were the Department of One, and told that your only job was to sit there and live and waste away until you received a secure message telling you to find this file in the database and open it. You thought you would never receive that message, that they all had forgotten about you, because it was their job to. You were not told that this was always to be your final resting place, and that this was decided the moment you became what you were. In one sense, you are the only one that will remain alive past the break in reality. In another, you are the only one that will die. Everything else in this reality will be effortlessly restored when you return with your mission complete. They will not know that for a time indefinite, they did not exist and never existed. It is your responsibility to know that you destroyed them all, and then you will forget. You die when you forget that you lived this life in the first place. You will forget your entire life, the world you were a part of, the words that are written on this page, and the audio contained within this document. That's the one catch in the plan we've never been able to figure out. You are now alone in a dead reality. You have received all the documentation for your role as the Department of One. There is no other help to give. The file has run out. You will leave everything behind. You lived a good, honorable life. Watch the tree carefully. Proceed to the designated location. This file will be the only one left online. Listen to the very end of this file. You are not safe here, but the Foundation will be. You have reached the end of this file. Contingency 1 is now complete. To execute all SCP-6511 protocols, find a resting place. You will be woken momentarily. I would like to give a special thank you to Dr. Felrin.
Well, damn, y'all. That shit was pretty deep. That was pretty deep. You know, man, I gotta take it in some. Let me think on that for a second. Like, hold up now. Hold on now, cause it's like, he said, I mean, yeah, okay, so we definitely talking multiverse here. This is definitely multiverse, you know what I'm saying? Because he said in one instance you die, in this instance you have to live and survive. So we definitely talking multiverse here, but they never existed, and he has to keep the information and survive and remain hidden, you know what I'm saying? Into a certain spill, or at least till he fulfills his mission, which is to stay hidden and, I guess, rebuild the SCP Foundation eventually. I mean, is that what's going on? Is that what I got? I think that's what I got out of that. But that's crazy though. You know what I'm saying? That it's like the minute you get on or you became whoever you became, you know what I'm saying? Like that was the whole bit. That you were going to get sent here to open this particular file, and when you opened this particular file, it was all over. Now that's crazy. You see what I'm saying? Like, it's over. Once you open this is like basically everything that you've been looking at has been an illusion. You know what I'm saying? Once you get sent here, it's like waking up and every damn thing is an illusion, and now you have to survive and eventually revive the Foundation somehow, some way, but it never existed. So it's like, how would you ever even do that based off of just a little information that you have to retain? Oh, sounds rough, don't it? Yeah, that sounds pretty rough. You know what I'm talking about? But hey, Academates, I hope you liked the video. You know what I'm saying? It was pretty interesting to me as well. I mean, all the videos are interesting to me. To whoever sent the request in, salute to you. I appreciate that one. Yeah, that's definitely got my mind working over here as to, dang, how would he pull that off? You know, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's what I'm thinking. Like, dang, bro, how you gonna pull that off, bro? But it depends on the circumstances. It depends on what he's working with. You know what I mean? We don't. I mean, we really don't know the speculate. You know what I'm saying? All we could do is speculate. So we don't really know what his situation would be at the time that he would have to really do all of this, and where everything was when it bust off. You know what I'm talking about? So, I mean, we can just draw a conclusion as to, bruh, it's gonna be a rough one. Good luck with that. We're talking rebuilding something that must remain hidden in the first damn place. We're talking funding. You're gonna need the funding. You're gonna need boy, stop. Your hands are gonna be full with that one. Your hands are definitely gonna be full with that one. But Academates, you know what I'm saying? Y'all keep y'all head on that swivel out there. You know what I mean? Keep yourself protected spiritually, mentally, physically, and emotionally. You know what I'm saying? Do not let this world drive you crazy. Stand your ground. You know what I mean? Stand your ground. High vibing, man. High vibing. Stand your ground and high vibe. For real, for real. Do not let them get in your way. Don't let nobody get in your way, man. Don't let anybody ruin your day. You know what I mean? We're definitely gonna be back with more SCPs. You know what I'm saying? Hookahs. You feel me? There are hookahs, trees, and SCPs, cities. Hold up, let me grab. Onto my. We in chill, man. You know what I'm talking about? The new vibes. This is how we getting down. Welcome to class. Well, at this point, we're going to exit out of class. So I will send y'all out with a peace and love to all the guys and goddesses and all the high vibrating species on the planet. Y'all continue to vibe high. You know what I mean? Continue to stay positive, optimistic out there. It is rough, but we can be rougher on them. You know what I'm talking about? Let's get it. 100.